haven't made a video in a long time, so I decided to come on here since I have the time and the motivation. So I wanted to kind of talk and address some of the topics I talked about in my last video. And since I've been taking a break from social media, I've been trying to blog, and I'm going to read some of the topics of my blogs that I've written. So the first one was transgenders now and my problem with it. So I want to begin with stating that I'm not transphobic, nor do I have a problem with individuals needing to transition because they have gender dysphoria. Not at all. Also, I didn't have a problem with the transgender community, only a select few in the movement that are really doing more harm than good. Where my issue lies in these people that are living and identifying as the opposite sex, but also trying to take the biological woman's spaces, and don't think there's anything wrong with it. And see, I'm not the only person I know that has an opinion on this, that is talking about this, and I certainly don't have the following. If you're watching this channel, find any value in it, go follow Buck Angel, Blair White. Those are two individuals I've been following for a while now, and that speak like really well, and they speak the truth. They don't talk out of the, you know what, they have facts, and they back up their opinions, and they talk to individuals on both ends, people that have had success in their transitioning, and also individuals that have unfortunately detransitioned because it didn't work out for them. And it's a real sad and problematic issue, because now there's like individuals pushing for trans kids, protect trans kids' rights. Like, no, leave the kiddos alone. And this is why it's an issue for me, because it hits home, because I have a 14-year-old, and my boy, he's fine. But I'm just saying, like, if anyone would try to affirm my kiddo and tell him that because he's having these issues, like psychological issues, that your problem is that you're in the wrong body. Like, no. And I'll just state here, like, being a kid, a teenager, is confusing and awkward and on its own. And I could go on and on. It's uncomfortable being a teenager, and it doesn't always mean that the answer is to change sexes. So when they push the agenda about affirming a boy that thinks he's a girl to transition medically, transitioning them, okay, affirming them to be okay with, hey, okay, let's send you to the endocrinologist to get testosterone or puberty blockers, and mostly first addressing the numerous effects that this could take on a young person's body and mind in the long run. So that's just a little bit about that blog. And I go on and on about, a little bit about Dylan Mulvaney and his deals he made with makeup products and feminine products when he's a man, a biological man. I know that you're transitioning into a woman, but again, this is my next blog. And everyone knows, Leah Thomas. It is important to acknowledge, okay, so this is my transgenderism, why biology matters. It is important to acknowledge and understand the biological differences between men and women, as well as the social and cultural construction of gender. This understanding can help us better support individuals of all genders, including those who may be experiencing gender dysphoria. I already talked about that, but gender is a social construct, and therefore society and culture play a role in shaping our understanding and expectations of men and women. One key difference, though, as I've said, between men and women is their reproductive systems. And that I won't go into that, but everyone knows the differences, correct? So for individuals who identify as transgender to be able to share their experiences and perspectives is, of course, important. However, it is important for them to be accurate. That's my problem, to be accurate and truthful about their bodies. Misinterpreting or spreading false information about their physical characteristics can be misleading and disrespectful. It is disrespectful to me, a cis woman, and to others who are seeking accurate information about transgender individuals and their experiences. And I say this, that it's disrespectful because it's happening everywhere. You see it on social media. The popularity of days of girlhood, days of boyhood, and corporations giving sponsor deals, again, as I mentioned, to biological men, when those opportunities could have been given to women. And this wouldn't be so bothersome if everyone that's a part of this would at least state the very obvious, that they are transgender, and don't claim to need or use these feminine products, to have them out to play with them and say, this is a tampon. Like, women are not going to go out there and make videos about their periods. This is not something that's needs to be shared with everyone. Like, having a menstrual cycle isn't rainbows and whatever. It is something that women go through once a month. It's not always pleasant, and not something we just go off and talk about with everyone. It's not. So that's where I have to have an opinion on. And so there it is. That's my little spiel and rant about this movement. And again, I have nothing against transgender, the LGBT community, not at all. And my problem again is when the movement is trying to harm kiddos. In this case, affirming teens that, hey, you may have all these issues because you may be in the wrong body. So let's see if we can transition you, medicalize you for life, because these things are forever medicalized for life when you take testosterone to become the opposite sex. This isn't something you take 6 months to a year. So if you're at all interested in this topic, again, Buck Angel is an awesome resource. He's a beautiful being, aside from, everything. He speaks facts and says it how it is. He doesn't really care what anyone thinks. And he's been on other platforms and podcasts with people that are in the opposite of him, that think the opposite of him in every aspect, but he comes in with an open mind and is always respectful. Alright, so I'll end here because this video is getting long and I don't want it to be more than 10 minutes. Thank you for tuning in, checking this video out if you did. If you found value, subscribe to my channel. I have been trying to put out more content. I know shorts are the big thing right now, so I've been going back and posting. Yeah, some of them are not so wonderful vigils and bearing witness, but it is the reality of our world where we exploit the most innocent beings, and that's why I'm here to advocate, because I think that we all can be better and do better, and if we can spread our voices and share the stories of innocent beings, then I'm going to do that. So, as always, peace, love, and live vegan.